Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear students, we're discussing about the major types of systems in organization or types of information system basically. And we have the first one on the bottom level is the transaction processing system. This is something which is being done every time and used every time. So depending upon different departments, we may have different things here as we have seen in the last lecture also. Okay, like if it is sales and marketing, then you will be doing order tracking, order processing. अब ये जो order tracking, order processing है, ये आप हर रोज कर रहे हैं, ठीक है ना? ये हर बार करना है, क्योंकि जितने जितने आप ऊपर जाओगे आपके डिसीजंस जो है वो कम कम होते जाएंगे और बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजंस होते जाएंगे. सो जो नीचे वाला है, these decisions, these are to be done to run the business, to run that organization. लेकिन जितना जितना आप ऊपर जाओगे, जैसे स्ट्रैटेजिक लेवल पे जाओगे, वहां आपका जो है, जैसे आप देखोगे 5 ईयर बजटिंग फोरकास्टिंग, यानी कि बड़े बड़े प्लान्स, बड़े बड़े डिसीजंस विल बी टेकन ऑन द टॉप. फिर ये मिडल मैनेजर्स अपने अपने काम करेंगे, वो हम पढ़ेंगे क्या करके. लेकिन जो नीचे वाला जो है, इसलिए आप देखें इसमें ये बड़ा भी है, पायरामिड शक्ल का है, ठीक है ना, बिकॉज इट्स अ पायरामिड शेप. एंड ये आप थोड़ा सा स्क्वायर्स दिखाए हैं, बट इट्स अ pyramid shape, right? One second, I'll get a pen. It's like a pyramid shape like this. Okay, जितना आप टॉप में जाएंगे उतना आपके डिसीजंस कम होते जाएंगे, जितने बॉटम में आप है उतना ज्यादा है. तो ट्रांजैक्शन प्रोसेसिंग सिस्टम जो टीपीएस है, वो आप बिजनेस को रन करने के लिए लगाते हैं. जैसे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है, वहां मशीन कंट्रोल, प्लांट स्केड्यूलिंग, मटेरियल मूवमेंट, ये हर दिन होगा, ठीक है ना. फाइनेंस में कैश मैनेजमेंट, तो ये तो जैसे बैंक है तो हर बार ये होता है, कोई दुकान है, कोई बिजनेस है, कैश मैनेजमेंट तो हर दिन करना है ना. इस तरह अकाउंटिंग में हमने देखा, और ये ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज में, एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. देन we move on to the next thing, what is called as the office automation system. That's on the next level, जो कि जिसे हम मिड लेवल मैनेजर कह सकते हैं, ठीक है. जहां वर्ड प्रोसेसिंग करेंगे, डॉक्यूमेंट मैनेजिंग करेंगे, इमेजिंग करेंगे, आप इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कैलेंडर्स वगैरह, ये सारी चीजें. जैसे आपने ईमेल भेजना है, आपने अपने वर्ड में प्रोसेसिंग करनी है, आपके मतलब डॉक्यूमेंट्स राइट करने हैं आपको, या एक्सेल के अंदर आप अपनी कैलकुलेशंस कर रहे हो, तो यानी कि माइक्रोसॉफ्ट के जो चीजें हैं, वो सारे के सारे वो इसमें ऑफिस को यानी कि ऑटोमेशन, जो ऑफिस ऑफिस ऑटोमेशन बोलते हैं, कि ऑफिस को जो मैनुअल काम आप करते थे, रजिस्टर्स फिल करते थे या वगैरह वगैरह, ठीक है ना, अटेंडेंस कभी होगी, तो वो सारे के सारे जो है वो ऑफिस ऑटोमेशन सिस्टम में आएगा, ठीक है ना. जैसे आप अटेंडेंस करते थे, आजकल बायोमेट्रिक से, तो वो बायोमेट्रिक जो है वो भी तकरीबन हर दिन ही करना है. इसलिए ये लोअर लेवल पे ही थोड़ा सा है, क्योंकि दिस इज टू बी डन ऑल द टाइम. ओके, एंड लेकिन इसमें वो सारी चीजें आएंगी जो ऑफिस के काम को ऑटोमेट करेंगी, ठीक है ना. नाउ द नेक्स्ट लेवल इज व्हाट्स कॉल्ड नॉलेज वर्क सिस्टम. सो जो नॉलेज वर्क सिस्टम है थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट है, बिकॉज इसमें जो है नॉलेज को आप बनाते हो, यू ट्राई टू क्रिएट अ नॉलेज. सो व्हाट डज दैट मीन? लेट अस नाउ डिस्कस दिस. So what is knowledge work system? Okay, this is a set of processes. Draw once again. Okay, these are set of processes जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में होती हैं, ताकि you create, gather, store, maintain and disseminate the company's or firm's knowledge. So we have the artificial office systems, knowledge work systems, group collaboration systems, and artificial intelligence systems, which use the knowledge work system, which create actually the knowledge. These knowledge work systems actually create and integrate new knowledge within the organization. So they work on the knowledge and create new knowledge. They don't work on a data, right? So they work on the knowledge and then they create a new knowledge, okay, which is required further in the organization. Now, this is your external knowledge base, because your knowledge work system needs knowledge to work on. So first, you need to have a knowledge which is created by maybe MIS, Management Information System, or some other TPS maybe. It works on that knowledge, okay, then creates graphs out of it, modeling, documentation, communications, and all, so that what will happen is you create a new knowledge from that knowledge which will be helpful for the organization. So a knowledge worker, they need all these things. Okay. uh, they rely on traditional office systems, uh, but they require specialized knowledge work systems, जिसमें बेसिकली पावरफुल ग्राफिक्स एनालिटिक टूल्स होंगे जो कि आपकी नॉलेज की ग्राफिकल टूल्स से आपको बताएंगे कि क्या हो रहा है आपकी कंपनी के अंदर, so that you can communicate. You have a documentation capabilities, and all these things will come in a knowledge work system. You can read about this thing. Now these systems need to be, because they are graphics intensive systems, so for that we need to have a computation power, so they need good computers to which has a graphics, because it has a graphics is the processor intensive job. So you need a powerful computers. You need to access the database. You need an interface which is easy to use. Okay. And you have to do actually optimization for the specific tasks to be performed. So whatever task you perform, that is to be optimized. This is the major thing why you create the knowledge. Now if you see the information management system and you see the knowledge management system, in both of them was a difference. In information management system you work on a data, the raw data, to create your knowledge. Okay. uh, so you create data to information, but here you work on that information and convert that into the knowledge. Okay, here you work on data, not to convert it into information, and this information is required by the knowledge management system to convert that information to the knowledge. So first you will have a data that you will convert by some other system, maybe it is DPS or information management system, any information management system, into the information. Okay, that's the processed data. Now from this information you create a knowledge. For example, you have a data, okay, about your cars, and you get that information, you process that this much of thing, this much is the cars, this much has sold, you sum up them, you add them up, the data, to get some kind of an information about that. But now you take this information and create a knowledge about that company, that our company is producing good or bad. You have a graphical representation of that, the powerful graphics representation and all that. Okay. Now in your knowledge work system, you also have input, processing, output, and some users. The input is a design specification, processing is you do the modeling, because whatever the output has to come, that has to come as a design, as a graphics, and there will be the technical staff who actually be using it. And for example, there's examples engineering workstation, like we have the examples are like a CAD, computer aided design, where you actually do the designing and all that. Okay, virtual reality, investment workstations, human resource systems, they are all knowledge workstations. Now if we see the virtual reality system, what's happening in virtual reality system, you create a graphics which has an interactive graphics software which will give you feel like a real world. Okay. Now the user is immersed in in the virtual reality, that he thinks he's actually dealing with these things, which will be used for educational, scientific, and business benefits. Okay. Um so we have here the graphic softwares which will you have to aid drug designers, architects, engineers, medical workers by presenting precise three-dimensional simulation of objects. So what you are doing is you are creating a photorealistic simulation of objects. So on one side you have the things which will give the objects, and you create a graphical representation of that information to create a knowledge. So for example, you want to design a drug. Okay. So you get those you have an information like the composition of that medicine, its formula and all that. Now after giving representing these formulas graphically, the scientist here is trying to see what formula sets best, and how will these bond together in a proper way or not, using all the bonding rules and all that. So you have already information, that is your information of that drug, of components and all. Now you are trying different versions using the graphical tools to see whether their bonding is perfect, is it stable bonding, and maybe after this you will try to see whether it will have some kind of effects or not on a particular patient or something like that. So you have a track, you search the track record, and you plot everything graphically here. That is what knowledge work system work. Now if you have a computer aided design, before CAD systems, you have to create the models and then test them and see whether they are good prototypes or not. Then later on you have to actually physically create that, okay, things. For example, there's a bridge, you physically create all those things and see if this design is better or that design is better, but you have to do it physically. You have to pave that bridge. But so that's very time consuming and very costly, and then it may fail and you have to produce the different design. So CAD helps you to design graphically in a three-dimensional space and then test it also. Now your design will be tested thoroughly and you are ready for making that in a physically. ना फिजिकली जब आप उसको बनाओगे तो उसमें आपने वो जो उसके लूप होल्स होंगे, उसकी प्रॉब्लम्स जो होंगी, वो आपने डिजाइन में ही हल कर दिया है. Because your design can be tested and changed on the computer because you are doing it graphically in a 3D space. Okay, so by this you will get a precise control over industrial design and manufacturing of goods. So here you already have an information, whatever the information you have about the bridge and all that, but you are testing this already. You have an information how to pave a bridge, but but now you are testing new designs to make it robust and all that. Okay, and the output is that you are creating a better design. Do you understand? So that is the knowledge. Now you had a information about the thing, now you create a knowledge about this scenario. Like you have to create a car design. Okay, will it be a good car design? What is the CG, center of gravity? Will it topple? Will it if the wind comes in and all that, you all the things you test it. Otherwise, if you don't have a CAD, you have to do it physically. You have to first create a car, then put up an air on it and see if it topples, see what happens on this speed and that speed. But here you can do it on the computer and you can change your design and you create the knowledge. In the meantime, you create a knowledge that this design is better, it has a better it's better for wind, it's better for speed and all that. So in conclusion, it's about systematically making use of knowledge in the organization. Okay, the productivity of individual firms and the entire economy, it depends on the knowledge level systems. How much knowledge level system you have, it will tell us how your company can do better, because knowledge is which drives your company. Okay, because you, by that you make your effective decisions, and then you are able, when you have a knowledge, you will be able to take effective actions. Okay, so you can have a great efficiency, you can automate the processing. Okay, you can rethink and streamline processes by the knowledge management system, and overall you create a knowledge. Okay, this knowledge will be helpful to make your company grow better. Now after the knowledge management system, we move the level up. Okay, that's the management level system. This was knowledge level system, now this is a management level system, because it's operational, knowledge, and now management. In management we've got two systems, one's a decision support system and one has got MIS, the management information system, which is a part of information system. Okay, so this we will deal in the next part of this lecture.